Hello, everyone! Welcome to Awkward Author. My name is Alyssa Grasso, and this is my weekly vlog and podcast about my wonderfully awkward author life. I am coming to you from my wonderfully messy author office, author and reseller office. So some of the mess that you see behind me is my reselling stuff. So what has been going on this week in my author life? Nothing too exciting to report on. I've been making a little bit of progress on the thriller that I'm working on. I'm not even going to say it's my next thriller because I don't know that it's going to be the next book I put out. This is the book that's going to be the first book in a series of 3. So I've done a little bit more writing on it, done a little bit more work on the outline, which isn't quite complete for it. But it's at a stage where I can actually, begin writing even as I'm working on the outline, which I should probably finish the outline before I do the writing, but you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. So, yeah, I guess I'm at around like 17,000 words on it, so I haven't done too much work, but a little bit more writing progress has been made. I am also, I think I've mentioned before, I'm co-writing a book. I have a couple of co-writing projects. One that's with 2 other authors, and which is at the stage where we're trying to actually, we're querying agents at the moment. So that's out there. I think we got like a nibble this week, so we'll see how that goes. And I have a second co-writing project with one of the authors from that group. That's just the 2 of us working on it. It's another thriller, and I've been really bad about holding up my end of the bargain and getting stuff, back to this author. So I was able to submit a chapter this week, but what's funny is I wrote the whole chapter and I was really proud of myself. I got it done, and then I was reading back through it and I realized I made a huge mistake because the chapters I've been writing have been in first person, present tense, and I wrote the whole chapter in third person, past tense. So yeah, I had to go back and, rewrite things. But anyway, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, I guess. But I did get that chapter done and over to her, so I've made a little bit of progress, I guess. But yeah. The other mistake that I noticed I made this week, well, I made the mistake beforehand and I just noticed it this past week. I upped the price to $3.99 on Girl Most Likely to Succeed. So I ran it at $1.99 for the first 2 weeks, the ebook of Girl Most Likely to Succeed. I ran at $1.99 for the first 2 weeks of its launch, try to jumpstart some sales, and now pushed it up to $3.99. Well, when I was going through and putting the price up to $3.99 on all the different, marketplaces and stuff that are out there, I went to go change it in Apple, in iBooks, Apple Books, whatever you want to call it, and I was very confused because I was like, well, it says it's $3.99, but didn't I put it to $1.99? Well, apparently I never did. So I had it at $3.99 on Apple, and I sold some books at the $3.99 price during that, initial 2 weeks that it was out. But I am annoyed with myself because I was running ads, on BookBub and pretty much just on BookBub, but elsewhere where I was saying it was $1.99 and it wasn't on Apple, and people still bought it. So thank you for buying it. I do feel very bad about that. But that also explains why I was kind of surprised that the iBook sales were so low, because I was selling quite a few books on Kobo. I was selling quite a few books on Barnes & Noble, and I even sold some books on Google, and Apple was actually the worst performer of the bunch. And I was kind of surprised because, that's where I tend to, if I'm buying ebooks, that's where I tend to buy them from because I have an iPad and it's just, very convenient. But I was like, well, I guess, Apple maybe isn't, most people's preferred choice, but I was surprised that it was so low compared to the other venues. I mean, Barnes & Noble was way outperforming it. And I'm like, did that many people, have a Nook and read on a Nook, compared to, Apple users? But, well, this explains it. I was an idiot, and I had the price wrong. So, there's always little things, I guess, that are going to slip through the cracks, and that was something that did. And nobody pointed out to me, nobody emailed me or anything like that, that went there to try to buy it. So I do feel bad for the people that went to buy it at $1.99 and couldn't, and also all the people that ended up paying $3.99 for it was supposed to be $1.99. So, whoops, that's my bad. Yeah, there hasn't been too much going on here, I guess, otherwise, author-wise, book-wise. Last night, yesterday afternoon, last night, really, I finally, went through and did a pretty serious analysis of the ads that I was running, kind of to narrow down my targets that I was hitting, the author targets I was hitting, who was a good author target versus who wasn't. Ended up creating a whole spreadsheet that I could use and will use going forward too. It's not necessarily a static thing, I can add to it as I continue to run more ads. At the moment I'm not, well, let me see, at the moment I have 4 BookBub ads running just to target some authors that I haven't targeted before, and I have an AMS ad running. I was testing out a single Facebook ad, and it definitely needs to get tweaked some. When I say single ad, I was testing, I guess it was 2 graphics, but a single author target is what it was, and just kind of to see how that Facebook ad would work. I definitely want to rethink the Facebook thing, and tweak it some and figure out a little bit better. I don't know. I want to improve on it, I guess I will say, but I am working on it, and we'll probably run some more Facebook ads, but that has come to an end now, so now I get to kind of look back at that a little bit more thoroughly and figure out what I'm going to be doing going forward as far as marketing this book, which is going to involve, kind of going through the data that I have now and seeing what'll work, and also just kind of seeing with these ads that I'm running right now, because I'm testing out a slightly different graphic with slightly different information, because among other things, the price has gone up to $3.99 since the last ad I ran, so see if I can improve on what I've got going and figure out what's going to work for going forward. So that's where I am there with marketing, I guess. I just realized it's going to be Halloween. As you're watching this, I should be dressed in festive Halloween gear, or at least have a hat or a mask or something, but I'm sorry, I don't. It's the day before Halloween as I'm making this, so not really a holiday. But I did get to go. My town has a Halloween parade every year. Unfortunately, it was raining on Saturday, which was the day of the Halloween parade, so it literally rained on our parade, but it was all the festivities were indoors at the firehouse, and I was there to be a judge for the Halloween parade, so along with a couple of other local women, one of who is also an author, and both of them have actually come to events I've had at the library, so it's kind of cool, author events I've had there. But anyway, we got to, judge the kids and adults in their costumes for the Halloween parade, which wasn't too much of a parade, thanks to the rainy weather. But yeah, so Halloween also means it's the end of the month, which means next week I will have an author income report for you. It'll be a little bit more interesting than the author income reports I've had in the past, because I did have this new book launch. I did actually sell on platforms other than Amazon. I also spent a lot of money on advertising, so I'll have all the details for you next week, so look for that if you are interested in seeing how things performed, how things did, and what's going on there. But that's all the news I have to report on this week in my awkward life. I know I promised those tips and tricks videos that I'm going to be working on. I will have those out soon. I don't have any done yet, but that is something I'll be putting out on this channel too if you are interested in, some different tips, tricks, advice geared towards authors. So look for those soon. I'm not sure if I'll have any up next week or this week. Probably not this week, but maybe next week. I will see. But I will also see you and talk to you again next week. Thank you for watching or listening, as the case may be. If you want to know more about me, you can check out my website, AlyssaGrasso.com. That's ALISSAGROSSO.com. And if you liked, please give this a thumbs up, subscribe. I will catch you again next week. Take care, everyone. Keep it awkward.